Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I just should have prepared better. I mean, sorry.
Be sure that you don't want to be like this guy for your visa interview because creating a good impression in front of the visa interviewer is very important. And for that, we have the perfect gift for you. So presenting the free visa folder by Zolve, which not only looks great, but makes sure that you can keep your documents organized and so that you don't forget anything. So let me take you through this exclusive visa folder by Zolve, which is customized for your visa F1 interview, US immigration, and college orientation. You can keep all your documents safe because it comes with a press-on lock. It also comes in separator so that you can organize all your documents neatly in separate sections. Want to know something cool? We also provide you with a sticker slip with a list of all documents so that you don't forget to carry any one of your documents. All you have to do is remove one of the sections. I have chosen the passport view and hold. And all you have to do is insert it into the first slot. So that's how simple and easy that is. And just like that, you can keep all your documents organized in separate sections so that they're organized, neat, and handy. You don't need any stress on the day of your interview, and this photo will make sure that it eliminates all your stress of keeping your documents ready. So go to your visa interview with confidence and style. Don't wait. Get your exclusive visa photo for free and also get a doorstep delivery. And guess what? It also comes in 4 different colors. Click the link in the bio.
Hello, sir. Hi.
Moving to a new country is thrilling, but it brings new challenges. Among the biggest ones, finding the right bank. Local U.S. banks require appointments at a physical branch, address proofs, and sometimes deposits of up to $1,500. The entire process can take weeks. Moving across borders means leaving your credit score behind. Banks won't issue credit cards without one, but without a credit card, you can't build a credit score. Chicken and egg, isn't it? A lower credit score means expensive rental deposits, high interest on loans, and lower chances of qualifying for a job. Forex cards and international debit cards carry markups and may not work at some merchants. So when moving to a new world, why settle for banking that just isn't your style? Introducing Zolve. We make your US move seamless. Get a US bank account in minutes from the comfort of your home and transfer money before you travel. Zolve offers credit cards with a limit of up to $10,000 without an SSN or credit score. Choose a reward plan, earn cashbacks, and build your US credit score from day one. Zolve reports to all 3 credit bureaus. That's not all. Get a US SIM card with up to 30% cheaper plans and access affordable health insurance, renter's insurance, and car loans. Join a community of 400,000 Zolvers from over 100 countries. Get Zolve today.
Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to yet another visa webinar by Zolve. I am Manchi and I am part of business team at Zolve and I am very excited to have you all today because we have been conducting visa webinars for the past 2 months with the experts like Sanjay Kaushik sir, Sachi Mall and many other visa officers from the US Embassy. But today we have brought your seniors who have gone to US in fall 23 so that you can connect with them and you can ask specific questions from the students themselves. So let me introduce all of them one by one. We have Kunal. Kunal, if you can say hi to everyone.
Hi, I'm Kunal.
Kunal is the fall 23 student. He has got his visa approved from Delhi Consulate and currently he is studying at Stony Brook University. Next, we have Ujjwal. Ujjwal, if you can say hi.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. Ujjwal is also a fall 23 student who has got his visa approved from Mumbai Consulate and currently he is studying at University of Massachusetts. Next, we have Athar. Athar, say hi, please.
Hi, guys.
Hi. So, Athar is also a fall 23 student who got his visa approved from Mumbai Consulate and he is currently studying at Arizona State University. Next, we have very special Raj, who got his visa approved recently. So, congratulations, Raj.
Thank you.
He got his visa approved from Delhi Consulate and he is going to study in Florida International University. And Raj is more like your current batchmates, and rest of these guys are your seniors. So this is a very good opportunities where you can ask them questions about how they are surviving in US, how they got their visa approved, and any other question, to be honest, right? Before we start the session, we have to do this ritual where I will talk about Zolve, and I'm very excited to say that many of them are actually Zolve users, right?
Yeah, all of us have
All of
used
us, all of
some
you are
sort of.
Zolve users. That's very like coincidental. We have never planned that. But when I ended up asking them, they're like, okay, I also use Zolve. Like, interesting. Cool. So Zolve is a neobank headquartered in US. We offer plethora of products for students who are planning to move from India to US for their higher studies. We have Zolve store in our Zolve app where we offer visa assistance services for which we are conducting free webinars like this where we invite visa officers as well as students to help you in cracking your visa interview. Other than that, we also have education loan. So we have partnered with 15 plus banks and NBFCs to offer you loans at the cheapest interest rates. All you need to do is fill one single form and you can get uh, check your eligibility and get your loan. We have launched Zolve Global Scholarship. We have launched Zolve Global Scholarship recently worth $50,000. It is divided into two parts. First is merit based and need based. So if you want to apply for the scholarship, all you need to do is go to your Play Store or App Store, download the Zolve app, go to Store section, and you will see a banner in the top of the Store section where you can click and finish your scholarship application. We also have SIM card. So you know what happens is these guys can back me up. When you go to US, first thing you want to do is connect with your say landlord or the university, and for that you'll need a SIM card. So we help you in getting your communication sorted. You can order your SIM card from Zoll. It will be delivered to your doorstep. And once you reach US, you can start communicating from your loved ones. We are also coming up with flight offers. In fact, from our next webinar, all the attendees will be given a special surprise. I won't reveal it right now, but it's also a benefit for you. Other than that, we also have Zolve banking services, which includes bank account, credit card, and money transfer. So when you go to US and apply for a bank account or credit card, you have to apply through a social security number, and a social security number you can get only when you have a full-time job in US or you work in US. But in F1 visa you are not allowed to work outside campus, right? So Zolve offers bank account and credit card without a social security number, so that and you can apply for a bank account in just 2 minutes by filling a simple form. Credit card we will start issuing from 1st of July. So you can in the July you can come back and apply for the credit card. It will be delivered to your home in India at your doorstep. All you need to do is when you land in the US, click on the activate button and start using. It will also help you build your credit history from day one. And the importance of credit history, I will not tell you, your seniors will tell you later part in the session, right? That's all for now. Guys, if you can start introducing yourselves one by one, we'll go with Kunal first.
Yeah, sure. Hi, hello everyone. My name is Kunal. So currently I'm pursuing MS in Applied Mathematics and Statistics at Stony Brook University. And of course, here my concentration is quantitative finance. So this program is actually known by various names in different universities. In some universities, you will see it named as financial engineering. In other universities, you will find it named as computational finance. So basically, it has various names. And so I went into fall 23, and so I would like to talk more about my visa experience. So Mansi, do you have any questions like which you would want me to answer for the students?
Kunal, if you can share your educational background.
Yeah,
Like, you decide to go to US for your graduation or post graduation?
Yeah, so actually, as I told, I am doing my master's over here. So I did my bachelor's in India, that is BTech in electrical engineering. I completed my BTech in 2017, and then after that, I was working on a startup. It was related to fitness. Unfortunately, it didn't do well, so I moved to EduTech. So whatever I have done in my life, it has always revolved around mathematics. So it was easy for me to make a switch into quantitative finance because it was all about mathematical modeling, coding, which I always liked. So that's how I made a switch to quant finance. And it was also needed to have some experience because in the US, getting a job or internship in quant finance is actually very, very difficult. So for that also, I made a switch. And that's how I selected Stony Brook to be the university where I wanted to join.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Ujjwal, we would like to hear from you next.
Yeah, sure. Hi, guys. So this is Ujjwal Gupta. I'm currently a master's in engineering management student in University of Massachusetts Amherst, and I have a background of bachelor's in computer science, BTech in computer science, back in India from UPES Dehradun. So if you guys know about that. I'm from Delhi, and I've always had an eye for computer science. I completed my bachelor's, worked for multiple companies, some international companies, including MongoDB. And my last role was as a data engineer. And then I decided to take a switch into technical management. So like IT project management, product management. So I decided to pursue this master's in engineering management, which is kind of a merger of both your core engineering, which can be computer science, which can be any other core engineering branch, and merged with management skills. So currently, I'm pursuing the same thing. I'm studying about project management, product management. Currently, I'm working with a company, a startup in USA, because this is internship type for everyone. I came here in last fall 23, so it's been 1 year. I'm still left with 1 year. If you have any questions, you can definitely reach out. And anybody who's going to hear us, I'll be happy to answer your questions, specifically. Thank you.
Thank you, Ujjwal. Athar, if you can go next.
Hi guys, my name is Athar Kabra. So I went into fall 2023 to Arizona State University to pursue computer science. I'm a bachelor's student, so like I don't have anything else to say like all my other peers who have a great resume. That's all.
Why would you say that? If you can tell us your educational background a bit more.
I mean, what would I tell as my educational background? Like I just completed 12th and went there. That's
But
everybody
that,
what they did.
that's also a fresh perspective. We can see Ujjwal and Kunal has gone for their masters, right? And since you are going for your bachelors, definitely we would like to hear what made you decide to study in a US university and not in an Indian university.
Yeah, so like the flexibility that they guys give, so like we can schedule our own classes and hands-on. Basically, it's like even in college, what I heard from my elders were like the Indian colleges are still theoretical, whereas the US colleges are more hands-on and practical. So like that was one of the major reasons that made my decision to go to US.
But since you have spent nearly 6 months, nearly 6 months to 1 year in
Yeah,
US,
yeah.
do you think the hypothesis that you had about the US university is true? What percentage of it is true? And you know,
Yes.
expectation versus reality ka game, is it there?
Around 90% was like I have not ever like made a proper notes or something so like and generally I learned the concepts only. Like I don't think that would have worked at least in my 12th, even in my 12th also. And still I got a 4.1 GPA. So like that's good.
Okay, cool. Sure, we'll ask more questions because I think there's more to hear from you, Athar. Now we can hear from Raj about his experience.
Hello everyone. I'm Raj Darshan and I'm fall 2024 incoming student at Florida International University, Miami. So I'm going to pursue my master's in engineering management. So I had an approval from Delhi Consulate like very recently. So I'm very happy to share my experience and how I prepared for my visa. So I hope this will be helpful for you all. That's it. Thank you.
Raj, you seem a bit nervous.
No, not at all.
I'm sure.
No, I'm not nervous, but it's all like it's when the questions come on, like I will be very happy to answer openly, like because if
So
any.
in that case, let me throw some questions at you.
Yeah, sure.
So, Raj, just let's start from you, right? Can you tell us in details about your visa interview experiences? What I mean by details is how did you prepare for the interview? What are the things that you were underconfident about, things that you were confident about, and the questions you got asked in your visa interview?
Actually, for me, I was very confident. Like, I even mentioned the flight ticket I booked to Miami in my DS 160. So I was, so it shows like how confident I was. So, I was not nervous. When I was in the interview, like the embassy, right? So I was looking around, I was looking into the people and I was reading the billboard. Like nothing, changed my mind. Like nothing made me nervous. Like I was like this, like faceless. So actually, I was listening to the other interviews happening. So when they had a really point to go to United States, like they want to upskill themselves. So in that point, I observed like most of approvals, but whosoever not able to convey it themselves, like the point why they really want to go. So then in that case, I observed rejections. Almost nearly more than 100 interviews I heard in that room.
Ah.
So actually,
That was an advantage for you, right? Because you got to learn from their experiences as well.
Yeah. So that's um, and again, like I went and like no other interviews affected me. I just particularly answered the questions whatsoever the visa officer asked me. So I literally gave one word answer. Like he was just asking me, "Are you going to Florida International University?" I said yes. Like what else I can say? Then he asked me like, "Are you going to industrial management?" So it is engineering and industrial management. That's what I told. Like it is engineering and industrial management. Like I was like pretty informal. Like I was just answering whatever he is questioning me. So I was cut to the point. I just didn't drag the घुमा फिरा के ऐसे मतलब ऐसे नहीं बोला. But सीधा मैंने जो point है, whatever the point, I told that.
Okay, couple of questions before we move ahead. So you said you were very confident. I would like to know what was the positive aspects of your application that made you confident. Secondly, you mentioned that you filled your DS 160 form and you wrote, "I have booked my ticket to Miami." So how did you fill your DS 160 form? Did you took any help from anyone? Any YouTube video? Anything?
Yeah. So I watched Sanjeev Sriram's video. So like while filling, so it almost took 45 days to get my I-20. So I applied for I submitted my finances and all, but I didn't got I-20 for 45 days. So I was waiting. So in that meantime, like I was looking into what is DS 160. I was looking each and every section of DS 160. I understood, like most YouTubers or like any other people saying DS 160 is the form to to get our visas approved. So there, before entering every detail into the DS 160, I opened a Google like that Word document and I was thinking what I should write in my DS 160. I was framing like I had work experience like as an automation engineer. So I was thinking what exactly I want to mention there. And I own a startup. So there again, I was describing about my startup. So I planned my DGS 160 how efficiently I can, make my DS 160 form to be filled. So that's what my, ultimate goal. And I want to connect my pre-masters, like my bachelor's degree, my work experience, and post-masters, like what I will be pursuing and what I will be doing after pursuing. So this I was very confident about. So that's it. Like I was focused on this very thing, like what I pursued and what I will going to pursue, and what I will be doing after graduate. So that's what. So after thinking like, okay, I made my point clear. So okay, like why should I worry? So when I have my point clear, like I didn't worry.
Okay, couple of question I would like to ask as a visa officer. So Raj, tell me why US and not India?
Absolutely, the United States education system. It helped me to choose the flexible, like the curriculum. So I can choose whatever courses I want to pursue. So that is why. And the other reason is the experimental, like the practical education United States offer. So, but in India, like I can have the better theoretical knowledge, but in United States, I have chance to experience that on hand.
Cool. Yeah, thank you so much, Raj. I think you explained really beautifully. We would like to hear now from Ujjwal about his interview experience. How did you prepare for your visa interview? How did you fill your DS 160? And what were the questions that were asked from you during your visa interview?
Okay, so to be honest, I don't remember the exact questions, but I remember the gist of it. It's been 1 year. I prepared from all the material I could get. I did watch a lot of YouTube videos. There are a lot of mock interviews and people. There are a few channels where people do mock visa interviews. So that's free resource. It's available on YouTube. You can watch those,
Love
and you will get.
the name of the channel so that everyone can refer to those channels.
I have to check that. I'll ping the name of the channel in chat after when anybody else is speaking. But there are a few famous channels and there are good resources on YouTube. Plus, like I did register for a consultancy services where they help me with little bit of streamlining the process because I I kind of did everything on the go. I was working full time and I was not able to dedicate a lot of time into researching. And I applied little late for the applications. Like I started applying in the month of December and January, which is late for priority deadlines. So I already missed out on few colleges priority deadlines, and then I received rejections for the first few universities, which I actually had dream universities in my catalog, like Duke, Dartmouth, or MEM. So these are top 10 universities for due. I was not able to secure admission in that, and then like when I received rejections, I just to safeguard, I applied for a second round of universities, which were Northeastern, UMass Amherst, and George Washington University. And luckily, I got admitted into all three. Maybe the second time when I did my application, the application was better, the SOP was better, and I from the first few mistakes I realized that I need more research. So for all the students who are coming, who are doing their process and who have already done their process, they must have researched a lot about the university, and but the work is not done yet. So after you are preparing for your visa, you will go for your visa interview. You definitely have to research about that, how the visa interview is happening, what kind of documents you have to take. There are minimum set of documents, like 3, 4 documents which you want to take. Uh, those were required for me. I took a lot of documents, my financial background, educational background. But to be honest, the visa officer won't have a lot of time to go through all your documents. And if they find something wrong with any part of your application, maybe your maybe when they ask you about your educational background, the information you're providing over there and the information returned in your DS 160 or any other form is not matching with what you are saying, then they will ask you for those. Same thing for the financial background. So for me, because things were straightforward, I was fairly confident. I gave precise and concise answers, so they don't want to waste their time. Americans, they don't understand very long answers. If you are
That's
trying
true.
to,
That's true. I would say I've
yeah.
experienced that. So
So Americans require, because there is a communication gap you have to understand. So your accent is different, your way of communicating your thoughts are different. So when you are giving concise, slow, to the point answers, they are more easy to understand. And they feel that you are not trying to manipulate them, you are just trying to convey the information. So one advice, one tip or trick for people who are going to appear for the visa interview, be straightforward, be honest. uh, Even if there is something fishy about your application, some part of the application or your credential which you think you are lacking and which might create a problem, just be confident about it. They might not even ask about it. So till the point they're specifically focusing on it, you don't have to worry about it. Like for me, uh, they were more focused on my financial background, and these are the things which visa officers are more focused on for everyone. They want to make sure that you are going for studies. That's it. You're going for masters. You will come back for masters. The F1 visa is only meant to be a student in USA. You don't want to stay there after your masters. You can definitely stay there for your OPT period, which can be 1 year or 3 years, but not more than that. You're not going to be a permanent resident over there, an employee over there. You're just going to be a student, then you come back to your country. So in all your answers, as Raj was also conveying, that when you are giving your motive of why you are coming to US, you have to give your answer around the same tangent that you are going for your education and then you are willing to come back to your country. For some people, they found reasons that that student will not come back to their home country, back to India, because of maybe they have too much funds, maybe they already have a lot of relatives over there. The visa officer thinks that you have resources to set up over there. So for those reasons, because they doubt your intentions, they sometimes cancels your visa. The second thing which visa officer looks for is your financial background. So they do want to make sure that when you arrive in USA, you have enough funds back from your home country to complete your masters, fully pay your tuition fees, pay your rent, and then you come back to your country. You don't like after coming here, you don't lack any funds. So they need to make sure you have enough funds, enough support, and the most reliable source is the banks, because US as a country runs on banks and financial systems. So if you have a bank loan, just good enough. I always say it should be 1.5x of your I-20 amount. That is enough. Some people show 3x, 4x of their I-20 amount. I do feel that gives a negative impression that you have too much money and you might not just be going as a student. So those were the few things which my interview was around. It was just a brief 5 minute interview, and the visa officer was pretty straight. He was not giving me any hints about my answers. But at the end, he asked me for my passport and told me that you are approved and you can collect your passport after study. So yeah, that was it. If you have any other questions, I'll be open to answer them.
Yeah, Ujjwal. So I believe you have done BTech in India, right?
Yeah,
And for masters, you're doing
I'm doing engineering management.
engineering management. Just trying to understand, is it two different streams or it is the similar stream? Because we have heard so many people struggling in answering that why this stream and why have you moved from this stream. So would you like to share more details on this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that question do comes up because some people just get admission to any program, any university, and they just because they want to come to USA, they take that course. So the visa officer really wants to know that are you coming for studying into that particular university? Is this course actually relevant to you or not. So for me, because I am pursuing engineering management, which is kind of a extended degree after your engineering degree. I did my bachelor's in computer science. It was a BTech, so it was an engineering degree. And then on top of it, I will have some management credentials. So that is, yeah, that is in line with my bachelor's.
I think I would like to answer what, add to what Ujjwal has said, because my BTech and masters are in two different fields. So it's very important whenever a visa officer asks you questions, they want to know and they want to be convinced that whether you have prepared yourself sufficiently well for the program that you're going to attend. So either it has to be in the form of work okay, or you have done some projects under some professor. That means it has some like credentials, because like anybody can do a project on their own, right, at their home. So there has to be some credential to prove that you have really prepared yourself for that course that you're going to take if you have a different field. So it is very important to convince them that you have done your enough research. And also, like when you're going to the US, like if they ask you that why this university, so I have seen a lot of students like fumbling in this, because first of all they want to be very clear cut about like whether you have done your research on it or not. It's not like I see a lot of people answering like because this university is very good, because I like the course. These are not the kind of answers they want to listen. They want you to be like you have done your research and you're very serious, like you know that why you're going to the US, not some very lame answers, I would say. So it can be in the form of some courses which your university is offering, which is very unique, or you may be in contact with some of the professors in the university whose research work you like. So you can mention those things which will make you stand out, that you are genuinely like you know that why you want to attend that particular program. So it's very important that you answer questions which looks and sounds genuine, and you should not be beating about the bush. So that's what I want to say. Yeah.
Clearly, I think also if you are like, if you have ratoed the answer and if you mug up and then you vomit there the answer, they would know.
Yeah, correct. So correct. Because I have seen some people, they were answering questions like parrot. I mean, they want to have a communication with you, that why you are doing. They just want to go with the flow. That communication is very important. They just, because if you mug up the answers and you go, it would look very robotic, and that is something which is not a good thing, I would say.
Athar, do you have anything to add to this?
Yeah, so like this was one of the questions that was asked to me, and so like, and the YouTube videos that I had was like they had said that add something more specific. Just don't go for generic answers like the program is good or the university is good. So like my answer that made more specific to me was like I can't handle the cold on the east side, and Arizona is a desert. So like yeah, that is a good suit for me and for my health. And they also have offered me a good scholarship. So like some sorts of that.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I seen like multiple interviews, right? So there was one person, like he was asking why that university, like that the person is answering like some answer, like some generic answer, and again the interviewer interrupted and asked for like some continuation question. So, but that guy, he was big, like starting with the same answer he like mug up. So that actually made that visa officer like some like he put that serious face and sorry, I can't approve your visa. Like like when like they are expecting that spontaneous answers that I really seen in that interview room.
Yeah.
So like there are some people who are like giving some original answers like got approved, like although they have they applied to some, like there is this myth always like going to low ranked universities, people like don't get accepted, but in that case
Yeah, for the low
but
rank universities, like I would like to Raj, do you have to say something about the low rank universities? Because I need to add something like regarding the low rank universities. Because see, there is nothing such as low or high rank, but I would say if your university is very renowned, okay, well ranked, so there are chances that they will not ask you a plethora of questions. Because let's say if you are going to join a community college, so the question is, it's very obvious that they would like to know that you are going to pay a very less fees over there. If you can get the same kind of education in India itself, then why this guy wants to go to the US? So you have to convince them that you have to have some answer that which is convincing, because otherwise if you don't have a proper answer and you're going to a very low ranked college, or let's say a community college, specifically here I'm mentioning the community colleges, if you're going to such colleges, you need to have a convincing answer that why you don't want to pursue a same kind of education in India and you're going to the US where the cost is same. Because for the community colleges, like in many cases the cost is very very less. So these are the kind of question that comes up, and they suspect that this student may not come back to India.
Now, would you like to name a few community colleges so that audience can understand?
Sorry, I cannot name, and I don't think it would be right to name the colleges, because it wouldn't be right. Also, like I'm not sure. Like I don't remember exactly the because yeah. So I don't think it would be right to name any of the colleges.
I can add to that. So
Yeah, sure.
even I won't name such colleges, but community colleges are basically uh, the colleges of small towns. So, like for example, I live in MS, so there is this government kind of a government university for MS. So that is a community college, the college which is providing mostly catering for the community of the city. Uh, and the colleges which are famous, which are huge, which have global ranking, which people were talking about recently, are the colleges which were not asked a lot of questions. Like for UMass, they have a national rank. They are ranked 47th nationally in USA, and they have a global ranking. So when you are coming from India, you can justify that because this is a global university. This is not just a university in USA. This is a global university. I want to study to get global opportunities. But if you are again coming from a different country just to study in a small university in a community in a small town, then what are your reasons? Because that's not good enough reason to come from India and study in USA.
Yeah,
But again,
but
that doesn't mean that their visa doesn't get accepted. It does in many cases, but you need to have a convincing answer.
Definitely. Sure. Okay, moving ahead, did any of you have faced previous any rejections in visa interview before? Because now we are seeing the rejections are taking a peak, right? Out of every four visa application, like three gets rejected and only one gets accepted. So, what do you think is the reason of rejection, and
correct.
any advice you would like to give to students whose visa got rejected and they are applying for refusion slots now?
So actually, I want to answer this question, like because I have a friend of mine who is going to New Jersey Institute of Technology for engineering management. He has $10,000 scholarship each year, like $20,000 scholarship. So, but he got rejection.
Oh.
So I will say why. When the interviewer asking about why this course, so he was started speaking about what this course is all about. So that question is really visa officer is looking into why we really want to pursue and what we'll be doing after pursuing that very course. That was that is the actual intention of asking that question. So please, what I say is just understand the question. What is the expected answer for that very question? That has to be considered. So he ended up getting rejected, and just he got tense and he started speaking about scholarship, money. Like that time, like don't panic. Just take a breath and really think about what you are speaking about. What I say is just 200% conscious about what you're speaking at the interview, like at the interview. So that's why, like, just prepare well. Personally, I never wrote a single answer on a paper. So I didn't do that. But I just thoroughly thinking about myself, what are my plans and why I really want to get into that university. And, I got admit from Northeastern as well, but I chose FIU. Like, because I worked with the professor. So I have a solid reason. So mine is an agri-based startup. So one professor, like Professor Oscar, like he is into agri-business and like industrial agri-business. So that's what made me to choose. So I have like very specific reason choosing like one like reputed organization, like rather than one reputed organization. I made my plans to choose F5. So that's what like you connect your dot, list sit and why you really want to pursue. So just are you going for like just want a student visa for immigration process? Like if it's that case, people end up getting rejections. That was my observation in that very interview room.
Got it. Anyone else, Kunal or Ujjwal?
Yeah, so actually, I haven't mentioned that the question that was asked to me, so I would like to share those things. So in my case, like it can vary from case to case, but in my case, like there was a lady. She asked me only three questions. The first question was, "Where are you headed to?" So I told Stony Brook University. Like which course? So I told like Masters in Applied Mathematics and Statistics with a concentration in quantitative finance.
Kunal, would you like to answer it? Would you like to say the exact answer that you gave when the visa officer asked you why this?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Does mentioning the university name work for you?
Yeah, like I'm going to like which university? I said that, I mean, it doesn't have to be like a very like, yes, I am going to this university. Like, I mean, you can just sometimes you can give a one word answer. Sometimes it's fine.
No, I think there are two different questions. If they ask you where are you headed to, as you said, then you can mention the university. If they ask you why this university, then
I'm coming to that. Yeah, yeah.
follow up with the explanation.
So the first question was like, where are you headed to? So I said Stony Brook University in New York. So then they asked me like, why this university? To which I answered because at Stony Brook University, the course is offered called Mathematics of High Frequency Trading, which is only offered by Stony Brook University and not any other university. So this was something unique, and I felt it was convincing also, and that's why I wanted to go and pursue there. So this was my answer. The third question was they wanted to ask like how you are sponsoring, who is sponsoring your like your program, like your course that you're going to take, who, how, what about the funding? So I didn't take loans. So in many cases I have seen that there is a myth that if you haven't taken a loan, you might face a rejection, which I feel is not true. You need to have a proper funding. I showed that the funding has been properly taken by my father and myself, and I had relevant work experience also. So I have like I had my own savings also. So I have mentioned that both of us are jointly managing this funding, handling this funding. So she was convinced, and she was said that fine.
Busting this myth. I think Sanjay Kaushik sir also busted this myth in one of our webinars that it's not about taking an education loan, but you should properly justify on how you're funding your education.
Exactly.
If your parents are funding it, then you will have should have the supporting documents with you.
Correct, but they didn't ask me. But like in that case, like if you're not taking loan, you should carry the documents. That is very important. Your bank statements, which is like where you should have a signature from like your bank people. That is very important. Those things, and also some people do carry some documents prepared by CA. Unfortunately, I did not carry that, but it's like it's best that you guys should carry that.
Oh, actually, neither I carried the CAC report, but I seen US interview, like US visa is an interview based document. Like it's not a document based, sorry, interview based decision, not a document based decision. But in some case, like if we get 221G, like to ask, like to show the document, so it's already a rejection. So we have to show them the documents. But when I seen like the reading the some blog post and all, there is no need of showing like the fixed assets, like jo bhi jameen hai, like whatever land we have. So the credibility of land has very less, but the liquid cash has like liquid cash or what is that? The student education loan, like these has high credibility. So even like I've seen in multiple like that podcast by UDJ. Like some of you know UDJ.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know that.
UD, UD Bhaiya. Like he made 4 videos like interviewing directly the visa officers. So in that, like every officer is mentioned about like the trusted financial asset is the loan and the liquid cash they have currently in their bank account. So that is what like. But for me, they didn't ask for the that officer is not interested in the funding. So when I mentioned like my father is paying the tuition fee and I was about to tell, okay, people started scribbling already. So I was when I was saying my father is paying the tuition fee and additionally I secured a loan. Like I was telling that, so he was like he just passed like okay approved. He was not interested to listen about my funding. So that nobody asked for the document, but when we carry the documents, it gives the backup like that support
So it was
to
good to
whatever
be-
speaking truth. I seen a case like one guy he was not able to speak about his education properly in Delhi Consulate itself. Then that officer asked to show his transcript. I've seen that. So they can ask and like they will see and they will pass it back. And so whenever they were asking something, so we have to ready to show. That's it. For that reason, we have to carry the documents. But if not, I actually personally I don't. None of my friends, almost 15 people who got approved like along with me, nobody made the CAC report.
Yeah, in a way, like if you answer the questions confidently and you know like your answers, like how you are answering it. I mean, I don't think that they're going to ask for any of the documents because they also don't have any time and there are a lot of people to be interviewed.
Yeah, it's barely 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
For me, I think it lasted for less than a minute. Yeah, but
Yeah,
again, varies
exactly.
from case to case. But for me, it lasted for less than a minute, I would say.
Okay, Ujjwal, how long was your visa interview?
Again, the same duration. I think it was very slow. That person was very calm and was giving very calm responses. So 3 to 4 minutes. Like there were only few questions. Just wanted to. So they usually have a checklist of parameters they want to see in every candidate. Once they get an idea that yeah, this candidate check these boxes, then they are fine with it.
What about you, Adhar?
Yeah, so like I had one of the dream interviews, like just a 30-second interview. Yeah. So like my only questions were the pass me or I-20 and the other documents. Then which university are you going? What other universities you are accepted to? Who's funding? That's all.
Okay, we would like to know more from Atharv about his life in US versus what his life was in India and how the transformation, how he coped up with that. But before that, I would like to share a few things with all of you. So, as I mentioned initially, so we have finally launched Zolve Global Scholarship. It is worth $50,000. So you can check out for more details on the app. I would also like to show the app interface on where you can go to apply. So if everyone can see, am I visible, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. So this is the app, right? Once you open the app, you will go to this space. Is my phone screen visible? If any one of you can tell me, Ujjwal, Athar, Kunal.
Actually, it is since you presented, it's so small. Like
Small, right? Cool. I'll show the interface later. Let me discuss more on it. So we have finally launched Zolve Global Scholarship worth $50,000. So it is based on two criteria. First is merit based, and second is need based. So you to know more details and to apply for Zolve Global Scholarship, you have to go to your Play Store or App Store, download the Zolve app, go to the stores section, and you can see a banner of scholarship. You have to click on the banner and complete your scholarship application. Next, we can see, people are really struggling in their qualifying their visa interview. And to help you with that, we have one-on-one mock interviews on our platform with the experts, with the ex-visa officers like Sanjay Kaushik sir, Julie A from ex-visa officer, Maggie Ramsey from Argo Visa, Sachi Mall, and Brian Taylor. Our next webinar, which is this Friday at 12 p.m., is with Brian Taylor, sir, and we will be doing mock interview. And after that, if you feel, and we have done plethora of mock interviews as well as different webinars with Sanjay Kaushik, sir, as well as we have done one with Maggie Ramsey and Sachi Mall. If you want to check out the video, you can go to Zolve's YouTube channel and check out the whole video. So if you want to, connect with them one-on-one personally and ask your question and prepare for your mock interview, you can go to the Zolve app, go to the store section and expert help section and book a session with them by paying a very small fees. Next, we also have a visa slot alert feature. So if you are underconfident, if you are like feeling FOMO of what if the consulate release slots and I don't get to know about it, you can subscribe for these alerts. We have partnered with Check Visa Slots, so they offered these services on $25. By this partnership, we are offering this service to you free of cost. All you need to do is again download the Zolve app, go to store section and click on slot alerts, and you can customize your alerts. For example, if I want to give my interview in Chennai Consulate, I can specifically get alerts for Chennai Consulate. Chennai Consulate on my email, WhatsApp, as well as push notification. We also have a visa folder. So we are offering visa document holder to every one of us, every one of you for free. This is a document organizer where you can keep all the documents that you will need during your visa interview or your immigration or even in your college. It also comes with a strip, if you have seen in the video, so that you can organize it. And if the visa officer asks you for this, you for any particular document, you will be able to pull the documents within seconds. So to get this visa folder for free, it's absolutely free. We deliver it to your doorstep by the address given by you, and you can apply for the same on the Zolve app. Now, I would like to ask you guys. I think one of you have also are also a Zolve user. You have also taken bank account from Zolve, right? Has any one of you taken any Zolve account, guys?
Yeah, actually, I have a Zolve credit card, I would say.
So can you talk about the benefits of Zolve credit card, Kunal, a bit?
Because I use Zolve credit card for paying my fees, and I get credit points as reward, which I can utilize towards like getting some gifts or anything which I want to redeem, and that's how it has been useful for me, I would say.
And of course, can you talk about getting a credit card without the social security number in India?
Yeah, as we all know that we don't require any SSN to get Zolve credit card. And though I applied for my Zolve credit card when I was in the US, not in India when I was in India, but like I think that other people can apply while they are in India itself, right?
Correct.
Yeah, great.
So yeah, you can apply for Zolve credit card. The application will start from July first week. So we are giving a credit limit of up to $5,000, and the application process takes not more than 5 minutes. With Zolve credit card, you can order and get it delivered at your doorstep in India, so that when you go to US, you can start making transactions from day one, and you can also start building your credit history. In addition to that, you'll get 10% off on every transaction you make. Right, so it's really beneficial. You can apply for the credit card in later in July, but for now you can apply for a bank account which we are giving without a social security number, where you don't need to maintain any minimum balance, and there is no annual fee that is charged, and the application will not take you more than 5 minutes. You can apply here in India, so that when you go to US, I'm sure you have bigger problems to deal with. So we want you to keep your finances sorted when you go to a different country. And as you can see, all of these, Kunal, Ujjwal, Atharv, and Raj, they are Zolve users. That is why we say that you name a university in US and you will have a Zolve user there, because we have been helping every step of your journey.
Yes.
Right? I think it's time we listen from Athar about his struggles in life in US, the good part as well as the bad part. After that, we'll take questions from the audience. So, guys, if you have any question, you can raise your hand. We will unmute you and you can ask questions from anyone. Okay? Yeah, Athar, over to you.
Yeah. So like the biggest shock is like you have to do everything on your own. So like just to sum it up in one example is so like Zomato comes to your doorstep up in your building and delivers your food, but like in there you have to go down and collect your food basically, or everything else. So like for any courier you have to go to the UPS store and collect it, whereas in India they come to your doorstep. So like the life is like kind of a lot harder there, and you have ease of access. So, like the daily use of things. I think India is more sorted in that, and there it's more difficult there. But like both of the countries have their own pros and cons. So like you get the freedom there, you get to explore more things as you are, and you get more responsible as like nobody is there to help you out. You just have some friends that you have to make on your own. So like those are the struggles I think you need to face. But like if you have good friends that I was lucky to have, so like I had a smooth experience in the transition.
Okay, so do you get good Indian food in US?
Like yeah, but it's costly. So like I mean, it hurts to pay $15 for a chola bhatura.
Right. Ujjwal, would you like to add anything on that?
Yeah, sure. So US is actually a lot different from any other country because in US the life which we see in movies, which we usually see through movies, through television, is the life in cities. There are a few major cities like back in India we have Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune, or Hyderabad, Chennai. So these are the major cities, but the life even around these cities are very influenced by the city life. But in US, because the land is so big and the population is, I guess, one third of what India is, there are patches of population between a city and then there are villages. And near in between that, like there are 150 kilometers, nothing. There are people living very low down kind of life, and there are no stores. They like, for example, in Amos is a college town. It's made for UMass, made by UMass, and we do have Zomato, Target, Walmart, but they don't deliver to my address because they are so far. So like luckily people are using eating chola bhaturas, but over here I think in the nearby entire area I only have two Indian restaurants. So it depends which university you're going. If you're going in a city like the nearby city is Boston, and I hear that people over there, they do have Indian restaurants, they do have a lot of Indian stores. You will find Indians all over US, by the way. So wherever you go, even in a small town, you'll find some Indians, but you might not get Indian resources. So there are like, for example, in Amos, there are limited Indian stores, like two Indian stores in the entire town. I guess two or three Indian restaurants. That's it. So especially for vegetarians, I'm a vegetarian. It becomes little tough to find a lot of options. But yeah, there are options you can survive. Learn to cook, guys. Learn to cook before you come. Yeah.
So, Kunal, are you cooking in US? Or
Yeah,
how?
actually, yeah, cooking is something I would say, I mean, is not my forte and is something honestly I hate cooking, but I have to do that because in the US, that is something that which you cannot skip. And as Ujjwal said, it's good that you guys like learn cooking before coming to the US. It's very, very important because in the US, it's more about individualism. Everything you do, everything on your own, and like from cooking, and at times you might feel lonely, so it's good to have some friends over there, make friends, Just like let's say if you are from one particular part of India, so just don't try to look for only people from those part of India. Try to have friends from all over the places. Try to have diversity in your thoughts. Try to make friends. It will be helpful and beneficial for you as well and for your friends as well. And also because you are away from your home, if you don't have friends, you will feel very very lonely, I would say.
Great. I think Raj is noting all the points. Okay, I have to make friends from India. I have to make friends from
Yeah. But
Cool.
luckily, I got like people who are in US currently pursuing their masters in Florida International University. They're really helpful.
Good.
So they are
Yeah.
a guide.
I'm sure your journey is much more easier than all of you guys. Yeah. Cool. We'll start taking questions from the audience, but before that, I would like to show the Zolve app. So when you download the app, you will go to the home screen. Okay. Then you have to go to store section. When you go to store section, you'll see the scholarship banner here. Sorry, this is the visa folder banner, and yeah, this is the scholarship banner. So you have to click on this scholarship banner and complete your application. If you want to get your visa folder, you'll have to scroll down to the second banner. This banner you have to click on, and you can add your address, and the visa folder will be delivered to you. Other than that, the scholarship is also here. If you can click and apply for the scholarship, the expert help section is here. If you click on the expert help, you will see all the visa officer services are listed here. So any service you like, you can simply click on this and book your services, and the experts will get back to you within 24 hours. About the slot alerts, if you want to get slot alerts, you can click here and customize your slot alerts continuously. And the link to download the app I'll share here, but you can also go to your app store or your Play Store to claim your visa folder and apply for any of Zolve services. Cool. Kiran, if you want to ask any question, you can unmute yourself and ask question to the experts here. Kiran? Okay, Navneet, are you here? You can ask your question.
Oh, yes, I'm here. Hi for all.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Yes, I got refused on 31st May 2024 for call date. Oh, sir, the questions are like I'm going for University of Central Missouri in Industrial Technology.
Okay.
The visa officer all the questions like which university you are heading. So I said I'm heading to University of Central Missouri to post my master's in Industrial Technology. So okay, the second question is when did you graduate? Yes, officer, I graduated in the year 2021 from JNDS Hyderabad. And then the question, what were you doing since? Yes, I said that like was working as a design engineer in contact engineering. Next question was okay, what do you like most in this work experience? They asked. Yeah, I said using designing the products using CAD. Then the question was okay. Last question was that what do you don't like the most? So said that my genuine answer is.
Excuse me, can you please pardon your last question?
What do you don't like your most in your work experience?
Okay, you don't like.
Don't like in your work experience. So I said that my genuine answer is that I said having overtime regularly, like weekly and monthly, 10, 20 days. So I said the genuine answer.
Okay.
Okay, she said like that, oh, you don't like having overtime. Yes, officer, I said. Then the last question was the why this university. While I'm answering the question that she haven't listened anything and was shocked, got refused. You can reapply next time with a 214B.
Sorry, like what did you answer for the last why this university?
Yes, so this university provides like a great opportunity. I got one professor through Jeff Ulmer, so that he has 24 years of working experience in industrial technology as a design engineer. So I would like to enhance my skills under his guidance, so I can get a better job opportunities as a product design engineer in top MNC companies like India. So I said like this answer.
So, like, but did you finish that answer at that time?
Yes, she wasn't listening. Like, I finished within three lines.
In my case, when I was answering, the visa officer is not at all looking into my, face. Like
Exactly.
he was
In my
looking
case-
into the.
In my case as well.
So you just, don't
Okay.
stop. Like this is the one thing I tell to every, aspirant. Like, do not think that the visa officer is listening. So my case only, I guess the
Okay.
last answer, like when he was approving at that time, that is the time he looked into my eyes. So rest he was looking into the screen completely. So, but what I say is just rather than like this job market and all, just better focus on what skills you will be gaining. So that was I was most focused, and that's what I learned through other experiences. So that is like my, as per my
What is in-
knowledge. Mhm.
Yes, yes. This is the correct answer. I think I got used to like this. Why do you don't like you most? I gave a negative answer like that. Having a overtime, I don't like the most in my work experience. I think this is the reason I was rejected because she said like, oh, you don't like you having a overtime. She reacted like
Yeah,
this.
no.
I would like
Okay.
to add to that.
Mhm.
So you have to frame your answers around the tangent which they want to know. And I was talking about the tangents, like in your case for this answer, maybe she wanted to know how going to US to study in that particular university to study that program will help you. So when she asked you what you don't like about your job, maybe she wanted to hear an answer which can be solved by going to USA. Like for example, I don't like the limitation on the work which I'm getting in my job, and they are not allowing me to explore a lot of options in research areas. So when you are going to US, because you will get more opportunities, because you will get diverse crowd, because you will be interacting with a lot of professors, you'll get more opportunities to research. So that adds up to your story. So every answer you're giving them, they are just trying to find reasons to check their boxes about your financial stability, about your reason for going, will you come back or not. So frame all your answer around those things only. And I'm saying it honestly, you don't have to actually give them you don't have to be 100% honest by giving them all your sorrows of life. You have to give them an answer which is relevant for them. So if you're telling them cribbing about all your work life experiences, problems with the manager, they don't want to know about that. That is very negative, which is
No, it
real.
doesn't give a good impression.
Yeah. So you don't want to give just a negative answer. You can start with a negative answer and turn it into a positive answer, which will give a better reply. And this goes for any interview.
Yeah.
That is,
Yeah,
I
but
completely
I
agree.
don't have a time.
Yeah, I
don't
completely
have-
agree with Ujjwal, I would say, because like in interviews also, if they ask you that what are your weaknesses, so your weakness should be something which should not affect company in any way, and it should like it can be anything. Like let's say if somebody asks me what is your weakness, I can say that maybe I want to find more time for the fitness, or maybe I can do something which doesn't look any harmful to the company in any way. And whatever you answer for such questions, it should complement something in some other way rather than like giving a negative side of something, right?
Yeah. And one more thing that should I go with the same university or should I change the university for my second attempt?
I would say try for a better university because a lot depends. The visa interviewers perspective or the impression of your application depends on the university you're getting. So there are few universities which have a very bad rapport with visa officers because they have had bad candidates from those universities. But there are some universities where the candidates are very good uh, in terms of their documentation, in terms of their presentation. So they definitely have a bias. Definitely try for a better university, better ranking, better college, better name. It will increase your chances for approval.
Yes, but I don't have that right now because I got a bit from
Navneet, I think your voice
was in Northridge and
Navneet, your
was
voice is breaking. That's one thing. And I think we should also give
Yes.
forum for others to ask their questions. So maybe we can connect offline. You can find us on LinkedIn and connect with people. We can answer your questions.
Why don't you drop your LinkedIn profiles here? You're open to
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
you
sure.
should definitely drop your LinkedIn ID here so that okay, Akshay, you can go next. You can-
Hello, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. This is Kiran.
Go ahead, Kiran.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Actually, my visa interview got rejected twice. Can I go for the visa through third-party countries like Singapore, Delhi, Dubai? Sorry, Singapore, Delhi, not Delhi, Dubai, or Indonesia, or from any other country?
Kunal, would you like to take this question?
Sorry, actually, I cannot say, I'm not sure that like whether you can get your visa approved, like if you go to a different country. I believe it's not possible. Like if you're getting it rejected over here, you can get it from some other country. But I don't think that I would be the best, like right person to answer this.
Cool.
Yeah, I will say the same. Talk to a visa consultant, and there are a few people who are finding all the loopholes, but this is not the mainstream way. So we are not experts. We won't be able to answer that.
So, Kiran,
Yes,
what I
yes.
would suggest is if it's very, very urgent for you, you can take expert help from maybe Sanjay Kaushik sir and talk to him one on one. Or we are having our next webinar this Friday with Brian Taylor, who is also an ex visa officer. So you can join that webinar and maybe he will be able to answer this better. Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. And coming to my visa experience, actually, my graduation year was from 2015 to 2019, but I completed my graduation in 2022. Maybe because of the reason they are rejecting me, I think that because when I go to the interview, they ask my first question like, when did you complete your graduation? So maybe this was the reason for my rejection.
Guys, would you like to comment on this?
Sorry.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how would you answer that question? So what was the reason? Are you able to explain?
Actually, my last visa was on Mumbai. So they asked me only 4 questions. When did you complete your graduation? So I said that I completed my undergraduation in 2022. And they asked me what was the major. I replied to them that I completed my major in computer science of engineering. So they asked me a question from your graduation to till date, are you working? So I said I'm working in so and so company in so and so role. And what are the another other universities have you applied for? So I mentioned the other universities. So she simply said that sorry, currently you are ineligible.
So what was your university?
Currently it was Stevens Institute of Technology
Events.
in New Jersey.
Okay. Oh yeah. Events.
Kiran, you mentioned that. What was your total duration of your bachelor's? When did you start? When did you end?
No, I didn't mention that, but I got previously rejected in Hyderabad. So she asked me a question, why have you took so long to complete your graduation? So I got this question in my first interview. So I replied with them that during my undergraduation, my father met with an accident actually. So I had to take an education gap. So I had to take over my family business. So it was take so long time than regular. So I mentioned that in my first interview. So there was only 3 questions. There are also the same similar questions. Or should I change my university or should I go for a different answer? Because I was genuinely answered them what was the reason for my delay.
Yeah, again, I would say do both, but try for a better university next time and try to frame your answer in a positive way. I know in reality something bad happens, it's not your mistake. It's just destiny, and you try to cope up with it. But in your genuine answer, you have to sound confident and motivated, positive about your answer. So even when you are telling your original story, you have to frame it in a way which is concise, which gives them a hope that now you will do better. And this will not happen again for any other reason. So they don't want you to extend your stay in USA. They just want you to complete your education and complete your education within the given time and then come back. So maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, like
And
you know, my suggestion. Come on.
yes, other than Stevens, I have got a Governor State University and Gannon University, Harrisburg, and yeah. So for which university you will suggest me to change to?
No. What I say is like, just looking into the graduation rate, like this Stevens has 85% graduation rate. Like although it has
Yes,
good graduation rate, you got rejected. It means, they have this consideration. Stevens is like expensive. It's an expensive
Yes,
college.
yes.
So, just try to a better university, like some better ranked
Yeah.
university, reputed university, so that, it adds more value to your CV.
Okay.
And you can get like, when you present your statement of purpose, and if you have a solid, recommendations, you can get. So this is not the end, that's what I was, since my beginning, I was thinking like, I'm going in this phase, like this is not the end. So
Yes,
आज ही करने को जरूरी नहीं है, like we can think of like for the better future.
Yes, yes, bro.
So just add value to your CV by getting into better university. I say like Stevens is well reputed, but the
Yes, yes.
ranking is drastically going down. If you see the graduation rate is also a little bit turning. If you see the statistics.
Okay. So where can I get all these statistics, bro? I don't know where to search for these
QS
statistics.
ranking, QS
Yes.
ranking, like that is where I'm just looking like how the universities, even NJIT has fallen to like 200 ranks down.
Okay. Fine, brother. Done. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you,
Anytime.
Kiran. Akshay, if you can go next.
Yeah, hi. Actually, I appeared my first visa interview on May 16, and I got rejected in Mumbai. So my questions are like, so when we see the rankings, right? Like, what rankings do we consider? Whether it is national, global, or department rankings? Do they consider? For visa officers.
Yes, I
Actually,
will take them. Sorry.
yeah. Go ahead. Ujjwal.
I would say they will take the university ranking because in the end, your degree is given by the university, not by the college or the department. So you can definitely talk about your school. Like for example, some business schools are pretty popular. So maybe the university is not that popular, but the business school is particularly popular. So you can mention that, but they will consider the university ranking as the main thing.
No, actually, for universities also, there are national ranking, department ranking, and global ranking. So I will tell you my scenario. I got rejected for Sunny Binghamton University. So this time, but I received admit from MS Computer Science from Sunny Binghamton University, Rochester Institute of Technology. So this time I'm still going for Sunny Binghamton University, but the rankings for national ranking, if you see for Sunny Binghamton University, it is 73, and for RIT it is 98 something. And when you look at the department rankings, for RIT it is 70, and for Sunny Binghamton it is 96. So there is a variation. And global ranking, in the global ranking, what I mean to say is for Sunny Binghamton, for global ranking, it lags behind, but in national ranking, it is higher than RIT.
Actually, they don't have time to judge on the basis of rankings, first of all. But if they see, one thing I observed, like through two podcasts, like with visa officers, like there they mentioned about graduation rate rather than ranking. Focus on graduation rate. RIT is having 67% of graduation rate, and and then Sunny Binghamton is having 82% of graduation rate. So what they see is how much people are going and how many are like graduating and coming. That is what they are looking into rather than ranking. This I seen through, like with these statements of visa officers itself, like they rejected many people, they accepted many people, like they proved to many people. So they personally told, like, if you want, I recommend just watching that UDJ's uh, uh, podcast with visa officers. It was like very useful. They both helped me personally. So just focus on the graduation rate, and ranking it really like doesn't matter, of course, until unless you have a solid reason to convince the visa officer why you really want to study in that very university.
Okay. Yeah, my question to Raj, like you said that like when we were asked why this course, you mentioned that we need to, along with our intent of taking that course, we should mention like we need to study as we are. I mean, we should also mention how we can benefit from that. So, like for example, if I'm choosing MS Computer Science from Sunny Binghamton University, because it has a mix of sub courses related to big data, machine learning, and cloud computing, which aligns with my interests and my career goals. Like, is this enough explanation, or do I need to like?
So you said like absolutely a great answer, but you again just made a question for them, saying what are your career goals are. So like you are giving that situation to ask, like to know more about what are your career plans are.
Okay.
So just end the question, like answer with a solid reason. Just don't make the officer to ask more about uh, on what you have stated.
Okay. And there is always a confusion, like how much should we say? I mean, like to elaborate, like some people say that visa officer expect in detail, and some based on the experiences of others, like.
So actually, you speak until they, respond. Like for me, I was answering. Like he, the one question he was interested on my end, like is he asked more about my startup. The question was like, tell me more about your startup. There he was like listening. I told like it is a agriculture based firm which converts conventional agriculture models to industrial agriculture models. So I told that, and he was still looking into the monitor. So then I extended that I'm using the technological stack, like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. I was continuing with that. So you just respond spontaneously on, at that time, like what is his intent? Like, is he listening? So then, you make parts, like, at least make 3 parts. So based on that, you give the first part, like how you really, like what is your benefit? So if you make that first part and you made your point clear, then go to the second part. So then he was okay, satisfied with that. So then you can leave that. Like he will respond you. Then he will respond you with like with the other question. But if he is still he want to listen more about from like your journey, so then you just continue with the third part.
Okay.
That is the rule I have followed and helped me.
And
Thank
one
you,
more.
Raj. Thank you for discussing this. I think there are so many people.
One last question I need to ask.
Akshay, why don't you reach out to Raj on his LinkedIn? I just want to give a chance to everyone here.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Akshay. So I understand that it's 4 a.m. for you guys, and I am also.
Thank you for answering my questions. Yeah.
Sure. Shah, if you can go next, guys, please limit your questions to one. And if you have more questions, you can ping them on LinkedIn and you can keep the conversation going. Shah, you can go.
Yes, sir. So hello, ma'am. So hello everyone. The session was very helpful, and I'm glad that the session was held and like you guys discussed about the like visa interview process. So I have few questions. First is that I was going through the like important visa interview questions, and the question that like I'm having trouble like talking about or framing is like, for example, the visa officer asks you like, why have you chosen this course? For example, I'm going to the United States for my bachelor's in computer science. So how can I answer this? How can I answer this like in the most crisp and the most short, like in the most short manner?
I think you can refer some professor like who has worked in that field and you have contacted that professor. Even if you haven't contacted a professor, you can still name a professor who's in that university and who's working in that field. And that works fine. And that's how like you have like developed more interest. You have read his research papers. So this way you can frame and you can like frame an answer of your own.
Okay. And my second question is that like many of my friends had given the like visa interview, and I think like one or two of them like, got rejected, and they were handed this slip, and on that slip it was written 214B. Could you please explain like what does it mean? I can go on with that.
14B.
Yeah. Go ahead. Ujjwal.
Sure, Ujjwal. Like you carry on.
Ujjwal, go ahead.
So I think Raj might remember more accurately, but as far as I remember, there is this yellow sheet, which is this form, which says that you need to present more additional document as proof for your answers. This is kind of a rejection. It's like a 70% rejection until and unless you give them documentation or give them enough evidence to reconsider their decision. But for most of the cases, this turns out to be a rejection, sadly. But there are still chances. So that's why they give you that form to present them with more proof.
No, that is 221G, right? He is asking about 214B.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I pointed that to you. Okay.
Okay. 214B, it's just we are not showing the home ties. It's like any reason, like the most common reason is if we are going to low ranked university, so then they just like not low rank, my bad. So less graduation rate university. Whosoever like whatever university is under 50% of graduation rate. So if you are going to such universities, they will think more like why you really want to go to that university. If the question is asking like why that university, maybe your graduation rate like of that university, particular university is less. So just consider you're going to the best graduation rate university. Okay, so that is why like if you are going to that such university, so then they will think you're just going for like you are applying for immigration process. So they have that negative thought, like they always be on that negative thought processing, uh, like why you are going to US. So what are your plans after they approved your visa? So that is what. Even like in that case as well, if you have any brother, sibling, who's have like any relative in the United States, in that case as well, it is they have an idea like that maybe your any relative in the United States like staying illegal. That's what they thought at the first place. But when you say one of my cousin like he got he put that like his brother he's living in United States and all, so nothing affected her interview. So just consider what you're speaking, like sorry, think recheck on what you're speaking. I'm not my speaking skills are pretty less, but I just defended through like the explanation. So it's all like even the um, speaking skills or whatever, these are also not affected when you have a solid reason, or like if you have a solid intent to pursue a skill, to master a skill.
Okay.
That is the very thing I say.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
and
you. We'll move ahead to next candidate,
okay,
please.
ma'am.
Sorry for interrupting, but again, we have to give chance to everyone.
No, ma'am, it's fine, ma'am. The session was helpful. You can carry on.
Thank you so much. Mohammed, if you want to go next. Mohammed Aman. Or Govardhan, if you're here, you can also go next.
Yeah, hi all. It's me Govardhan. I was rejected on June 6th in Hyderabad. I applied to University of North Texas for computer science, and I got a 214B slip. What would be the reason for my rejection? Like low graduation rate? Or?
No, it has good graduation rate. Like UNT, where are you from?
I'm from Bangalore. I attended interview at Hyderabad.
Okay. UNT, like what questions they ask you?
Just very simple questions like which college you are going for, and what is the major there in masters, and what was the major in my bachelor's, and when did I graduated. I said everything, and what we are doing since your graduation. I told I was working. When I was telling my answer, like I was working as an uh, associate developer, she was typing something, and she told you can reapply once again. Your visa is rejected.
Okay. But what? Okay, what we can.
For refusal is a very, I think, case sensitive, and it's very case oriented. Everyone will have their own reasons, and I think it would be better if you take help from any expert, right? Because these are also students. I think expert will be able to guide you better. So I'll request everyone, if you have question on rejections, so you can join our webinar with experts. Why I want to say this is because we want to give all the right information, and there's no better person than an visa expert to guide you with this. So either you can take expert help from the Zolve app, or you can keep a track of the webinar we are organizing. We will be having another webinar on for the people whose visa got rejected. So I'll request you guys to ask rejection question here. But if you have anything to add here, you can definitely add, guys. Or we can go ahead to the next question with Mohammed.
Okay, you can ask the question.
Yeah, thank you, Govardhan.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Again, I will request everyone, if you have questions regarding the rejection case, it's better to ask from an expert. Otherwise, you can ask any questions to them.
So I have personal experience with Sanjay Kaushik sir and Sachi Mall. So they are like, they will answer in, cut to the point, like whatever issue we are facing. So I have personal experience. They really solve whatever case, because I met them, Sanjay Kaushik sir personally in Hyderabad, and then Sachi Mall. Yeah, and here in this like prior webinar, like Sachi Mall, and I got a chance to use to better my answer.
Yeah, Mohammed, go.
So my question is regarding, like, I've been refused for the previously, but I have a question regarding I'm going for University of Urbana Content, UIUC. Is this university good or bad? I want to know by the students, because they are living in US, so may they know about the university? No.
Anyone would like to take this question? There's silence, so I believe they won't.
So, see, I would suggest you talk to the people directly, reach out to them on LinkedIn. So that's a generic answer for everyone. If you want to know about your university, if you want a comparison, talk to people from that university. People here, we are also students. We can only talk about the universities we applied for, we researched about, or we are currently studying. So I think nobody knows about those universities. So check on LinkedIn. And I will again request all the participants to ask questions which are generic and which are relevant for other audience too.
Thank you, Mohammed. Rohit, if you can go next and ask your question. Rohit or Nitin, if you're here.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, hi, ma'am.
Yeah, Rohit, go ahead.
So I have got no rejections back to back. I have a rejection on May 20. So the visa also asking like this was I went to the University of Cincinnati in Ohio. So ma'am was asking it's not a reputed university. Why have you applied? So I fumbled and like I could not answer. So I was saying that it has electives which I am interested in. So ma'am was saying in every college there is the elective choice. Why did you apply this? So I fumbled and I could not answer. So I was rejected. I think so. And I got a refusal slot on June 14th, 1 week back in Mumbai. So
I would like to barge in here. Again, I would like to mention that any questions specific to rejection, I am not sure if these are the right panelists to answer those questions. It is better to take advice from an expert because we don't want to give you any advice that will not be beneficial to you, right? So if you talk to an expert, they will analyze your case and give you the right answer. So I'm sorry, but I don't want to see rejection question here.
So I want to ask is like, can I again look for a visa or I need to have a work experience and just apply again after 1 year or 6 months? I have this question right now. Like, I can apply. There will be like not a problem.
Won't be a problem.
You are like applying again and again. Like you are aim to go to USA. They might think something else. Like this guy is more desperate to go to USA.
Again, I think you'll have to analyze the reason for which you got rejected.
So the main reason was I was not able to convey my intentions properly. Like I was fumbled. Like I was gone blank.
Not a problem. Rohit, again, I will suggest it's better to talk to an expert here.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think Nitin, you can go next.
Yeah, hi everyone. Just I want to know about the Delhi Consulate. Just I have a refusal for F1 visa in 2019 from Mumbai Consulate. So I know the reason that why I got refused, but I was not able to answer them properly. The first and second interview both time. So could anyone please suggest me to how to prepare for all these things? Like I hope they will not gonna ask me about the refusal, but could anyone please suggest me how to prepare for myself or for all the questions? Because my interview is on 24th of June, on upcoming Monday.
Okay, like the problem is you can't able to answer, right?
Right.
Okay, even I like I can't able to explain properly, but I was what made me a better speaker is like we have this slogan that good speaker must be a good listener.
Right.
So what I did was I put my earphones and I take a laptop and I was standing in front of the mirror and I was speaking in front of the mirror. Like I was checking and I was recording the answers. So in the meantime, like when I was like sitting alone or whatever, like any work I'm doing, I used to listen my answer. So that's how I improvised my answer like day by day. So I started with this why this university. So I opened my phone and I was recording and I was speaking in front of the mirror. So then in the free time, I was checking, like I corrected that answer, like whatever answer, like some important questions are there, right? So I was corrected frequently, like I was updated. And in the last, like the week, I was only listening to the answers I have framed.
And one thing that I have been to England for 2 years to complete my post-graduation diploma. And I just came from there. I came from UK to India. Just I'm working over here, and I want to know one thing that if they're gonna ask me like why masters from UK, why not masters from UK, why from USA? So
I gonna tell them like the more of the counselor gonna ask why USA, right? So can I tell them that why I have chosen this USA to complete my masters, go ahead for masters in USA? I can merge that.
Yeah, anyone would like to answer? I think Nitin, if you want to prepare for any specific questions, we have our previous session. You can go to Zolve's YouTube channel and check for initial videos of Sanjay Kaushik sir, and check for his mock interview session as well. I think he has very beautifully explained on how you can frame your answers and how you should frame your answers so that you don't get rejected. I think that will be a better source. Other than that, again, as I said, we will keep organizing such webinars where the experts will help you frame your answers better.
One last question from my side. So could anyone please tell me how is the experience of the Delhi? Like if anyone gave interview from Delhi, so can anyone tell me that how was their experience in Delhi Consulate?
So Nitin, they have already explained their visa interview experiences in the previous part of the session. So this session is streaming live on YouTube. Once this session ends, you can definitely go and check out for this session, the initial part of the session, and listen to their visa interview experiences.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys. I think that is it. We are running late, and I'm sure it's very late for you in the US as well. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for helping all the students. And Raj and I think Ujjwal has also shared their Instagram profiles, so you can connect with them and ask. Sorry.
LinkedIn profile.
LinkedIn profile, yeah. Sorry. They have also shared their LinkedIn profile links in the chat section, so you can connect with them. Again, thank you so much for joining. It was really, really helpful. Thank you so much for taking out the time and sacrificing your sleep and coming here and helping the student. It was really a great session, great interactive session, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having me. Thanks. It was great.
Thanks a lot. And everybody has a nice time. All the best, all the candidates. I hope to see you all in USA. Maybe
You
we
guys
can
should
connect
have a
online.
party in US, all the Zolve gang.
Yeah, for sure. Joel should arrange for a party.
Also, guys, the surprise that I was mentioning about in the start of the session, you guys can also tell your peers about it. So, from the next webinar, we are offering a coupons on flight tickets. So, we are giving 10,000 worth of flight ticket coupons. You can apply on the flight tickets that you're going to book. And it is also a mock interview session with Brian Taylor, who is a ex-visa officer from Interview Buddy. So you will be practicing question and answer, and one of you guys, one of the participants will also get rewards in flight tickets worth rupees 10,000 INR. So yeah, stay tuned and join us this Friday at 12 p.m.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.